Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your book. Keep fun, thinking right. Out here in the lab in the cold, but I'm doing what I do for you. I got a good lesson for you today, so let's get this party started. I'm ready. Still cold, but I'm still gonna rock it. Right is a 25 will live by storyteller. Story with a message in the story for life. These are the life lessons that I'm giving. You tune in to receiving. You got a good thing going. Keep doing what you do. And I'll do what I do for you. Let's go. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. That you know who you are. Right thinking mission, right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily. Put that work in. Will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's the mission that I'm on. I just let you know that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do for you. Now the question: do you know you? There's 5 things here, 5 kinds of people. You pick out which one of you. If it's not down the bottom, the end, you should be getting worse. Let's go. Now, a person who knows not and knows not that they even know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not but know that they know not is simple. I can teach them. Tune in. That's what I do for you. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I can wake you up. Come on, I got you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow him. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht be true. Yeah, I got to throw the sign up like a gang sign. That's my gang sign. All right, but today, right thinkers, is the old attitude that says, knowing others, you're wise. But I say, knowing thyself, you're enlightened. Which one are you? Let's talk about it. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Now, you know my history. As an ex-drug dealer, okay, being streetwise was a way to survive, and I did. Okay. Yeah, I was streetwise because what? I knew how to read people. I'm a people's person. Why? Because within a few seconds, I gotta make that decision to fight or flight. You good or bad. You friend or foe. That's wisdom. That's being streetwise. I ain't ever gonna not be that. That's how I survive. So in the world, I'm gonna continue to use my street wisdom. I still, watch this, I'm still streetwise, but I'm also spiritually enlightened and I'm a master of myself. So I have knowledge from the streets, I have knowledge from the book, and I have wisdom that I experience through life. That make me a bad man. Okay? Wisdom can be learned if you pay attention to life as you go along. This is why our elders, if nothing else, they can tell you about life. And I love talking to my elders because that's what it's all about. They experienced that life. So that gives them wisdom. Why? From the experience. I've done a few things. I studied. So I have wisdom and knowledge and understanding that I can pass along. That's why I do what I do for you. All right? Enlightenment comes from what? Learning and practicing daily and mastering your lessons that you learn. I ain't gonna touch that. When you master your spiritual walk, you will be walking alone a lot of times. Mm-hmm. I hear the phrase, you ain't got no friends. A Christian say, well, the friend I have in Jesus. I ain't mad at him. But if you think you're alone on the spiritual walk, you ain't walking spiritually. Okay, you walking by yourself. You walking egoistic. That's what's the difference. Ego want everybody to see me, watch me, look at me. Spiritually, just get it done. Okay, that's what I do. That's what I live for. Watch this. My spiritual walk was and still is a lonely one. It was me, myself, and my creator. That's what's going to happen if you're not ready to be alone with yourself. Get off the spiritual path. Why? It ain't gonna work for you. Why? If you don't like solitude, the spiritual walk will be a rough one for you. That's why some people can't stand being by themselves. I'm not one of them people. If you're an outgoing person, okay, they thought I was because of what I was doing. Yeah, that means I played the game. But the spiritual will change. That, trust me, if you're an outgoing person, you like to, when you start on a spiritual path, that's going to change. That's all I'm saying. If you're an introvert, your spiritual walk will be smooth. Why? Because you don't mind walking alone. I've been walking alone all my life. I never had an issue with it. I was told by my mom, you always got to have an entourage. If you're the one they following, it ain't you. They following you. I ain't following nobody. I'm walking my own path. They played my game. They took part in my madness. Okay, so yeah, I control my madness, bottom line. And only what suffered paid was me. Everybody enjoyed the benefits, but nobody had to pay. I paid the piper because the music that played was orchestrated by me. Nonetheless, we're moving on. Sorry about that. Here you go. Now, the spirit is yours. Get in touch with it. Make friends with it. Get in touch with your inner self. Make friends with it. Get to know yourself from the inside. I keep trying to tell you. That's what knowing thyself is all about. I'm trying to get it for you. Trying to get it to you. I'm excited. Here you go. Watch this. Now, to walk on self, you will have to do it yourself. That's why I think. Watch this. Now, to work. To work on yourself means you got to be by yourself. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. To show everything. I show you every day how to put in your work. That's working on yourself. I don't just tell you about it. I show you. That's the difference. A master will perform the task that he hold you accountable to do, to show you. I ain't tell you to do something I don't do. Self-care is taking care of yourself. Mind, body, and soul, aka spirit, whatever. But you need to cover every base of self. That's self-care. Taking care of one aspect of self is not self-care. You study daily for your mind to stay mentally sharp. I study to prove myself worthy as a teacher and a minister of the word. That's what I do. Sharpen my skills on a day-to-day basis. Even if I don't have to use it, I'm still sharpening. So, just in case. All right? You work out. I go to the gym every day. Why? To keep my body in shape. Fitness. A body in motion stays in motion. I'm 67 years old. I don't feel it. I don't look at it. I don't care. Why? I'm just taking care of my body. Simple. All right? Watch this. Now, in the morning, first thing I do when I wake up is I pray, give thanks, and go into meditation for my spirituality, aka waking up my mind and my car, keeping them in line spiritually. Being wise is good. I ain't got a problem. We can all be wise, but being enlightened is better. The Buddha was the enlightened one. He knew himself. We ain't in doing Hindu, but I'm trying to explain to you the right thing. In Egyptian, we knew ourselves too. I have wisdom now from my life experience. Again, I told you, I know people. That's wisdom. Okay, I'm a people's person, so my knowledge of self, aka, here we go, my spiritual knowledge gives me enlightenment. Now I'm comfortable in my position. I'm not just wise from my experience. No, I learned some things. I implemented some things. I practiced some things. So I've got mastery of some things. You have to be wise to survive, but you have to be enlightened to stay alive. That's the key. Knowing thyself gives you what? Long life. Why? Because a lot of things that other people do, you're not going to do. Trust me. The same things you had to do to discover yourself, you have to do to know yourself. Ain't no difference. Self-discovery, knowing thyself, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. Why? Because the work you got to put in to get there is what all that counts. What you call it, not much. Okay, here you go. I use wisdom to deal and teach people, but knowing myself is for me. In order for me to give, I have to have. I have knowledge of self, so I share that. That's why I do what I do for you. Let's go. Almost done. I appreciate you tuning in. So be wise, but get spiritual knowledge to go with it. Now you become what? A right thinker. That's what I did. That's the power that you have. When you have something, a gift that God gave you, you tap that, you use that, you harness it, you better yourself, and sometimes it pay off for you. Okay? But don't never forget where you got it from. That's respect and homage. Last one. Right thinking philosophy teaches you to master you. That's what I do for you. I want you to be your best self. I want you to become a master of yourself. I make the world a better place to live. Wouldn't it? We had a bunch of me's. Some people say, but oh, that's a bad thing. I digress. All right, let me wrap this up. Again, I appreciate you. A little chilly. I need to have my gloves on. It's a little nippy out here, Jack. Oh, no. But this is March. It is what it is. Let me wrap this up. Last one. Self-discovery is the word today that they say to knowing thyself. Again, it don't change. You can say what you want. But the work that you have to put in to discover yourself is the same work you got to put in to know thyself. The same things you had to do. Again, I'm right there with you. But watch this. Knowing yourself is the goal of all right thinkers. It's life changing. That's what you want. Change yourself for the better. I did. If you're in search of truth, aka knowledge of self, right thinking is for you. If you really don't care, don't bother right thinking. Why? Because it's all about self-improvement. Knowing thyself is discovering thyself, but you have to know to better yourself or want to better yourself. That's why. And I teach those who want to do just that. Last one. If I can master me, I can teach you to master you. That's right thinking, and that's what I do. And that's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got more. I appreciate you.